Hey guys, welcome back to Hero Games. It's your boy Red coming to you today with a upgrade to the Gallantmon starter deck, freshly built and tested in locals today. So you can look at this as kind of a budget build with a few optional pricey options teched in. But all in all, if you're a fan of Gallantmon, or if you've recently picked up the red Gallantmon starter deck, this is a nice, friendly budget build. You can look to upgrade and be ready to play for the next few sets to come. Let's dive in and see what we built. So from the EX2 set, we have a whole new line of Gallantmon cards to upgrade to the line. We are running 4 copies of the new Gigimon. Gigimon is when attacking, if this Digimon has Guilmon, Growlmon, or Gallantmon in its name, draw 1 card, allowing us to really keep up the momentum. Gallantmon will be a very aggressive build. We are still keeping the 4 copies of starter deck Guilmon. Guilmon is when your opponent has a level 6 or higher in Digimon in play. This Digimon can Digivolve into a Gallantmon in your hand for a memory cost of 4, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. So if our opponent has a lead up with a boss monster from field already, Guilmon can allow us to catch up and start doing some damage. Your turn once per turn on the inheritable, when a Digimon is deleted, trigger draw 1 card. For the new EX2 set, we are running 4 copies of the new Guilmon. Guilmon is a searcher. Reveal top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name and 1 Tocado among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck at any order. If this Digimon has Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. That is, it's when attacking inheritable. To finish off our level 3s, we are running 4 copies of the original BT2 Guilmon. Guilmon has the inheritable your turn. While there are 5 or more cards in your opponent's trash, this Digimon gains 1000 DP. Not our preferred Guilmon to go into, but it's still an option. We are keeping our 4 copies of starter deck Growlmon. Growlmon is a 2 cost to evolve. It's inheritable. When its opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain 1 memory. We are running 3 copies of the new EX2 Growlmon. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 2000 DP or less. If you have a red tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 or DP or less instead. It's inheritable if this Digimon has Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. So this is where we start getting into a bit of the Gallantmon stuff. The new Gallantmon cards really make this more of a control play style deck, allowing us to wipe our opponent's board while still being able to keep up our momentum in our checks. We'll pair this off, keeping 2 copies of GeoGreymon from the starter deck. GeoGreymon security effect. At the end of the battle, play this card without paying its memory cost. And then on play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. And then we are running 2 copies of Agunimon. This is a very tamer-dependent heavy deck. Agunimon may Digivolve on top of a tamer card as if it was a level 3 Digimon, allowing us to cheat out an extra Digimon on the field when we need to. Moving on to our level 5s, we are running 3 copies of the starter deck WarGrowlmon. WarGrowlmon, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less when attacking. It's inheritable. When your opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gains security attack +1. Because of how strong our deletion effects are, this will be how we gain our extra source of security attack. We can pair this up with the new WarGrowlmon that we'll be running. WarGrowlmon's when attacking effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. If you have a red tamer in play, delete an opponent's Digimon with 6000 DP or less, which is really strong for red. Red has long time struggled with high DP threshold cards, getting stuck at 4000 DP for a long time. WarGrowlmon bumps that up to 6000, which is insane for a red level 5. Your turn, add 1000 to the maximum DP you can choose with this Digimon's DP based effects. It's inheritable, which will allow us to pop even stronger cards. We talked about the earlier Growlmon deletion effects here, where normally would be a 3000 deleting when attacking. The inheritable on the WarGrowlmon and bump that up to a 4000. You'll see that chain up with a lot of our other effects as well. Our last level 5, we're running 2 copies of RizeGreymon. RizeGreymon Digivolve for 3, Digiburst 2. You may play one red or yellow tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less without paying its memory cost, allowing us to get an extra tamer on the field on our way up. And then if you have a tamer in play, your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP is its when attacking inheritable. For our level 6s, we are going the toolbox route. We are running 2 copies of the starter deck Gallantmon. It's 3-2 evolve, naturally has security attack +1. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. 4000 DP or less. If a Digimon is not deleted by this effect, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP for the turn, putting him at 14k swinger to check at least one security, or 2 if we have the WarGrowlmon underneath him when we pop something. We'll be upgrading that with 3 copies of the EX2 Gallantmon. On your turn, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP, making Gallantmon a 14k swinger. While you have a red tamer in play, you may add 2000 to the maximum amount of DP that you may choose with DP-based deletion effects. And then when attacking, you may choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DPs to 6,000 or less and delete them. So right off the bat, if we have a red tamer, that 6,000 is automatically bumped up to 8,000 by its 2,000 increase effect. This essentially makes Gallantmon a atomic blaster and a Digimon in one, which is fantastic. We pair that up with things like WarGrowlmon, which will bump that up by another 1,000, making him delete 9,000 DP Digimon very easily. And for our one-ofs, we are running 1 copy of BT2 Gallantmon. This is where it starts getting a little bit to a non-budget option. BT2 Gallantmon is a little bit higher in price right now, but if you can swing it, it's a really strong card. When Digivolving for 4, if you have a red tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less, which could of course be increased by our previously stated WarGrowlmon effect. And then when attacking, you may trash one of your opponent's security cards for every 10 cards in their trash. And I cannot understate enough how powerful trashing security is. That is basically free checks. Does not matter if it's a tamer, option card, Zord defeat. Trashing security is 100% foolproof safe, increasing the odds of our win by really good numbers. We're pairing this up with 1 copy of Gigimon. Gigimon has a permanent effect that this Digimon is also treated as Chaos Gallantmon at all times. When Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted by this effect, both players mill the top 5 cards of their deck. On deletion, you may play 1 Guilmon and 1 Takato from your hand or trash without paying its memory costs. And for our level 7, we are running 1 copy of Gallantmon Crimson Mode because we were fortunate enough to pull it. This is definitely the end of the budget part of the Digimon list. Crimson Mode is not budget, so by all means feel free to fill him in with perhaps a regular Omnimon. But we are running the 1 copy Digivolve for 6. When Digivolving, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP. When attacking, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Add 1 to the number of cards trashed by this effect for every 10 cards in your opponent's trash. So same thing as a Gallantmon here. Trashing security is just naturally strong. To support our builds, we are running 3 copies of Takato. Takato has your turn. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. When one of your Digimon Digivolve into a Digimon with Gallantmon or Growlmon in its name, that Digimon gains Blitz, allowing it to attack as memory passes to your opponent's turn. And this is where the aggression of all the when attacking effects really kick in. Takato allowing us to Digivolve and attack in the same turn, gain memory when delete things, trigger all those effects. Takato is crucial into this build. And to help with that memory gaining, we are running 2 copies of Hero from BT8. If you have 2 memory or less, set your memory to 3. When one of your Digimon attacks with Gamamon in its name, which we don't have, or a level 5 or higher, you may suspend this tamer to add plus 2,000 to that Digimon's DP. Our option cards, we are still keeping 2 copies of the starter deck Lightning Joust, so you could definitely opt for 3 or 4. This is a really strong card. Main effect, one of your opponent's Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP for the turn. Then, if the number of cards in your security stack is less than or equal to your opponent's, one of your Digimon gains security attack +1. Its security effect, add this card to hand. Keeping 2 copies of starter deck Gaia Force. Gaia Force is simple for 8 memory. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Security effect is activates its main effect. Gaia Force is in here for the D Reaper matchup. Sometimes Reaper's coming out, there's nothing you can really do about it, and a Gaia Force and security can sometimes save the day. I like to just run something that could possibly end up as security to be a win clutch card. Gaia Force is our card of choice for this format. And lastly, we are running 2 copies of Judgment of the Blade. Main effect, one of your opponent's Digimon with Royal Knight in its type, such as Gallantmon, can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon for the turn, allowing Gallantmon to be a force of removal against anything in the game. Its security effect will play a Sistermon if we had any, but mainly it will add it to hand. So strategy is pretty straightforward with this deck. We can of course play this Guilmon or evolve into him. Playing him will allow us to search for some pieces as well as our tamer. Evolving into him allows us to start stacking the deletion effects into our inheritables, starting at 3000 DP or less, but increasing as we get our stacks bigger. Alternatively, of course, we also have a Guilmon for draw power instead if we want to have more resource pooling instead of deletion power. Going into either of our Growlmons allow us to either gain memory when deleting things, or again we can delete more things, adding stronger board control or stronger resource management. Our level 5s, such as either WarGrowlmon, allow us to still maintain a lot of that deletion, deleting a 3k or less or deleting a 6k or less. This WarGrowlmon getting the benefit of security attack +1 if we need to get a little extra aggressive in security, whereas this WarGrowlmon's inheritable adds +1000 to our DP deletion base effects, again allowing us to control the board more. This is a very toolboxy kind of deck, allowing us to change our stack depending on what we need to do. We can also use cards like RizeGreymon to play our tamers for free. We could play our Takato or Hero allowing us to secure 3 memory minimum each turn, whereas Takato gives our Growlmon's Blitz, allowing us to, even if we don't have the memory to evolve into him and keep turn, still allowing this WarGrowlmon to evolve, Blitz, automatically delete a 6000 DP, 3000 DP, another 3000 DP. So if we see the opportunity to start board wiping those smaller boards early, we could definitely take that incentive. The big strength will come in our Gallantmons. Start deck Gallantmon has that security attack +1, allowing him for the real extra strength attacks, whereas the new EX2 Gallantmon allows for superior board control. He himself, being a 14k, could swing over most suspended Digimon, and then with his own effects he's deleting a 8000 DP Digimon or a 9000 DP Digimon with these. In addition to the deletion he's already getting, he could potentially delete 3 Digimon by himself. And if we're fortunate enough to get 2 of these stacks out, those all stacked together, allowing 2 Gallantmons to delete 2 Digimon that are 12,000 DP or less, which will get rid of most level 6s, and all that could come out from a Blitz effect. So you don't even have to keep turn with Gallantmons if you have a Takato out in the field, and he'll gain the memory. So even if you start at 3, evolve to Gallantmon, you can Blitz, delete some things. As long as you delete one thing, you can tap Takato to gain a memory, or even a memory from the Growlmon, allowing a lot of ways to really just control board and keep turn. We can pair this up with cards like Lightning Joust for extra security attack incentive, or Judgment Blade, allowing us to swing into those Digimon we can't delete with our deletion based effects, and these two can be combined to swing over really large targets such as Mother D Reaper. And if you do happen to go for the Omnimon style of level 7 instead of Crimson mode, Judgment of the Blade does still work into Omnimon because he is still a Royal Knight, whereas Crimson mode is not. But anyways, that is my starter deck Gallantmon upgrade. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you're running in your Gallantmon build and how you're enjoying EX2 so far. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Digimon content coming soon your way. BT9 is right around the corner and X Antibody is coming out to play. Stay tuned for next time. See you guys later.